You ain't even on me. Yeah. Fall back too close. You ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's me and the old, and they like they owe me. Gotta stay, it's late. Don't come round to me, better come correct. Different life that we lead, I'm in. You ain't even on me. Yeah. Fall back too close. You ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from.
Ready. Fight.
Revelations 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So what it's talking about in this third verse, you can read from 1, because that's why I showed it, 1 and 3. But the third verse basically talking about Esau's kingdom being interrupted. And when it says his deadly wound was healed, it's talking about when he came back into power during the Renaissance. But prior to that, we was ruling. We interrupted his kingdom as during the Roman Empire, when his kingdom was divided. Then we began to rule in 193 AD. And with that, I'll say shalom.
History is a lie. How did George Washington's men who fought in the Revolutionary War look like? From Virginia's Colonial Soldiers by Lloyd Bachstruck. Let's hear it from the channel straight up on YouTube.
First one we're going to look at is Colonel George Washington's company, and it was mustered on August 1st, 1756, and this is before he became General George Washington. All right, so let's go to this first green arrow, and that's John Belford, and he joined in 1755. He's from Fort Cumberland. He's 25 years old. He's 5'7.5". He's a weaver by trade. He's born in Ireland. He has a brown complexion with black curling hair, quick in speech, of a lively countenance. Let's go down to Samuel Langworth. He joined September 1755. He's none from Norfolk. He's 25 years old. Looks like he's 5'11". He's a tanner by trade, from Jersey, born in Jersey, well-made and brown, with dark brown hair and complexion. All right, the next one down is William Stewart Packet. He joined September 1755. He's from Richmond, 25 years old. He's 5'11.5", planter by trade, born in Virginia, with a brown complexion and proportionally made but slender. All right, so now we're going to zoom into the next page, still with Colonel Washington's company. There's Edward Whitehead, joined March 1754 from Norfolk, Virginia, actually. 25 years old, 5'8". He's a baker by trade, born in Ireland, complexion brown with dark hair. Next one down is John Hill. May 1756 is when he joins, from Winchester, Spotsylvania. 26 years old, 5'7.5". He's tailor by trade. He's English, born in England, brown complexion and hair with his right thumb broken. Next green arrow down is Arthur Dent. He joined January 1755. He's from Stafford. He's 35. He's 5'5". He's a planter, born in England, and brown complexion and lame in his right thigh by a wound.
He reads more descriptions of brown and dark revolutionary soldiers from England, Scotland, Ireland. Some are even from Germany and Holland. But I won't bore you with the full read. He continues.
So just to wrap up this part of the video, you can see that the vast majority of Captain Mercer's men were men of color. And again, either foreign-born or born in the colonies. And as I mentioned in my earlier video, if you see a man of color listed, he came from one or two parents of color. Again, why is this information omitted and hidden from modern history? Obviously, it wasn't hidden when it was unfolding at the time. So why make us all believe that people of color were only slaves? This was obviously not the case. And not only that, but continually making us believe that all black people came from Africa, which is totally ludicrous.
In support of his statement, let's read how Scots were described in the early 1700s. From A Description of the Western Islands of Scotland by Martin Martin, published in 1716. Quote, Jura. The Isle of Jura is, by a narrow channel of about half a mile broad, separated from Ela. Let's jump a few pages where the author describes the physical characteristics and culture of the people of Jura. Quote, the natives here are very well proportioned, being generally black of complexion and free from bodily imperfections. They speak the Irish language and wear the plaid bonnet, like other islanders. Of course, not every single Scot at this time was dark or brown. We have documents showing people of the same clan with dark and fair complexions. But the obvious question regarding these dark-skinned people is, are they indigenous to the British Isles, or did their ancestors immigrate to Britain from somewhere else? Like and share for more lost history. And that's why we say...
Game over.
Images of black people in early Europe. Hieronymus Bosch, The Adoration of the Magi Epiphany, Netherlands, 1485 to 1500. Anonymous Portuguese artist, an 86 centimeters of polychrome stone carving of Saint Benedict of Palermo with flowers, Portugal, 1650s. Cameos featuring detailed profiles of black men and women in precious metals and jewels were popular in many European countries. The ones above date around 1600 to 1800. Some art historians relate the style above to depictions of the goddess Diane. Robert Home portrait of a Malay woman, England, 1770 to 1788, at the Royal College of Surgeons of England collection. Portrait of King Balthazar, one of the three Magi, and a servant, fragment from an Adoration of the Magi, Netherlands, 1480, Rijksmuseum, Amsterdam. Discarding images, Amazon's Le Secret de l'Histoire Naturelle, France, 1480 to 1485. At the school of Francois de Troyes, you'll find a portrait of a mulatto aristocrat in armor, France, 1680 to 1730. Abraham Jansen's The Agrippine Sibyl, Netherlands, 1575. A sibyl is a kind of pagan prophetess. 12 sibyls of various origins were said to have foretold the coming of Christ. Stanislaw Samostrzelnik, Adoration of the Magi, Poland, 1539. The Image of the Black in Western Art Research Project and Photo Archive. Jasper Beck's Portrait of Don Miguel de Castro, Emissary of Congo, Netherlands, 1643. Magdeburg Cathedral, Statue of Saint Mauritius and Catherine, German, officially called the Cathedral of Saints Maurice and Catherine. Medieval stonework featuring Saint Maurice at Dom zu Magdeburg, Saint Mauritius and Catharina. A young black man with a bow, France, 1697 to 1700, Museum of Fine Arts, Dunkirk. Workshop of Jacob Cornelis van Oostsanen, Adoration of the Magi, Detail, Netherlands, 1510 to 1515. Design for reliquary bust of Saint Maurice, Germany, 1525 to 1527. The Image of the Blacks in Western Art,